Friday. Хорошо пятница. Have a nice Friday, everybody. So, no legs out this time. So, yes, I just wanted to talk about relationship really quick. And then, I had talked about singles, etc. yesterday. And I gave you a couple of links that you can check out on YouTube. Helena Hart, Matthew Hussey, and Elliot Scott, and so much more sites you could just check out about signs and etc. Interesting sites. Bright Side, The Talco, and so look up those sites and see what information you can find to help you out in the dating life or in the relationships. But this morning I was thinking about my book, Yes You Are, and I wrote in my book about Gary Chapman's book, and he wrote a book about the 5 love languages, and I thought it was so interesting, and it really helps because he was explaining that we all have our own love language, and when you're in a relationship, you can like think, oh, we're together now, and we're going to make it work, and everything's going to be the way we want, etc. But a relationship takes work. You have to invest in each other, you have to go for it, and decide to, do what you have to do to make it work. And the interesting thing about Gary Chapman's book, 5 Love Languages, is that he was explaining we all have our own language. And mine is being together, quality time. I love being with people I love or that fascinate me. I just love being with them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be physical. As I said, I watch those YouTube channels, or on Instagram I listen to all my favorite speakers, and I don't know, they just build me up, and I feel so energized when I listen to them empowering us with their words. And I just love connecting with people. That's why I love vlogging, because in my imagination I'm connecting with somebody right now, So it just feels so great to be connecting. That's my love language. I love connecting. That's why I love eating and sharing good times, So anyway, but my love language is connecting. And I realize when you help each other out. But everybody has their own love language. And you can imagine, if you don't speak the same language, it gets a bit, because in a relationship, you could be thinking, wow, I come home every day and I give my other half, I bring flowers every day and gifts, but that person is still like, and you'll be like, oh, I give up already. I'm trying to do the right thing. I bring flowers every day, I bring gifts. But if that person's love language is like act of service, 1 out of the 5, act of service, like you do stuff for that person, you help out, you take the trash out, you, cook for that person or do things for that person. And that person is like, that person never does anything for me. Brings home flowers all the time and buys me gifts. And that doesn't fuel that person up. So their love tank just gets all empty. And you gotta keep filling that tank just like a car, otherwise it won't drive. And I thought that book is really fascinating. 5 love languages, you gotta read it. So in a relationship, you have to find out what each other's love language is. So you can keep that tank filled, you can keep that engine going, the love engine. So if like my husband, he knows that my love language is quality time. So when you see me going a bit that means that we didn't spend enough quality time together. And then he's like, oh, yes, let me connect with my wife. Let me just take some, he would just set everything aside and then just talk with me, really talk with me and ask me how I'm doing and, you know, and really invest his time and energy in me because he knows that's what I need. That's my love language. Or he would take me out to dinner and say, no matter what, we're going out this day, or if it doesn't have to be dinner, we just take walks and just talk, share our hearts and that. And then afterwards, I'm like, and he knows it. And that's why it works. And his love language, you know, yeah, we all have our love languages. I don't know if I have to be sharing his, but mine is quality time. I love when people connect with me. I love, even if it's just a little WhatsApp or whatever, especially when we eat together, that combination of lunch or dinner and then just chatting away. I love that. Anyway, that's a sidetrack. We all have our own language, and when you're in a relationship, you just find a way to know what that other person's language is. And the thing is, how do you find out what that language is? Usually it's something that they give a lot of. So if a person's love language is gifts, it's like gifts, yeah? They like receiving gifts. And that really lights them up. And the thing is, you don't have to buy expensive gifts. Even if you take a little flower out of your garden and you give that person, if their love language is gifts, it's the thought that counts. They'll be so elated just that you took your time to just give them that little picked flower and give it to them. You'll just see them blossom because their love language is gifts. Or if you just write a little note and whatever, you know, to just keep each other's engine going. So, yeah, find out. So my tip for today is, really, if you're in a little dry water in your relationship, try to figure out what that person's love language is. And I'm sure you can get your engine going again. Just keep on. So if that person's love language is, words of affirmation, positive words, strong words, you can write that person a card every day and just hide it somewhere where they can find it. You can call that person and say, hi, how's your day? I'm thinking of you. Bam. Or write a little WhatsApp and just send it. And you do that for a long time, you know, because if your tank is empty now and you're really, kind of, you know, went your own separate ways, it's possible to get back together. It is, if you start speaking each other's language again. So I really encourage you today to invest in your other half's love language. Fill their tank again. Let that car drive into the right direction again. Fuel them up so they can get going. You speak their language and they'll start speaking yours. And the love can just rekindle, I assure you. So, 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. Worth the read. And it's just a little tiny book. It's just a couple of pages. You'll be finished in no time, and it's so loving. All things are possible. That's my team for the new week. And I'm saying, maybe you're in a relationship that's just not going as well as you want. Try to figure out each other's love language and start speaking it. Start doing what's necessary to get that engine going again. And that's just a little start. Of course, you can go into therapy and all those things necessary. But the things that you can do for yourself is to start speaking each other's language. That's what I wanted to share with you today. Have a fantastic Friday. I hope somebody needed to hear that today. And that you can really go for it. Get your love engine going again. Have a blessed fantastic day. Love you. Пока-пока.